We do it together. And we have Taxi here, so we have our little friend. Oh, I should take my glasses off.
Sí, bueno.
Maybe put in here the mask.
Yeah, but it's not. I'll just hold it. It's fine.
Okay.
It's good. Unless you don't want me to. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Hello.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay.
But do you have a card? Let me give you my card. So we
Yeah, you give me your
Oh,
card.
you did?
Yeah, yes.
Let me have yours so we can keep in touch.
Yes, I give you mine. I give you in the end.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
Again and again.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Sounds good. Vamos.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigos de CineNT? Estamos aquí entre Alpujagua, estamos en FERATUM, estamos con una de las leyendas del cine independiente. Estamos con el señor Lloyd Kaufman y su esposa, Mrs. Kaufman. Thank you for the interview. Mrs. Kaufman, thank you.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
First question. What did start to use nicknames as a director? And will someday we see again in the screen the name of Samuel Weil?
Samuel Weil.
Yeah.
Oh, I used the name Samuel Weil because I was in the Directors Guild. That's the union. And they don't like artists making art. They don't want us to make a living. They don't want us to direct. And they kept harassing me and threatening me.
Okay.
So I was using the name Samuel Weil because they were bothering me. I couldn't direct under my real name. And then it got very bad. Finally, it got very bad. So I quit the Directors Union and I used my real name. So fuck the Directors Guild. How's that?
That's good. Why Samuel Weil?
Come
Why?
on, it's a disgrace. I've been making movies for 50 years. I'm kind of respected in the industry of art, and they should be ashamed. And the guy who ran the Directors Guild, I have a feeling he was a big supporter of McCarthy and the blacklisting period, and probably would be very happy with the current right-wing movement that's going around the world.
They're never looking for you.
But I'm not bitter.
They never looking for you.
Huh?
They never looking for you.
The problem was they were always bothering me when I used Samuel Weil as a name. So finally I quit the union and then I used my real name, and actually it was probably a good thing because I'm kind of famous.
Your name is
And Samuel,
icon.
by the way, Samuel Weil is the name of my great-grandfather.
Ah, that's great.
It's a good question.
You said the other day that you make a Star Chef, a movie made based in Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, yes.
Pat,
The commissioner is the producer.
Yeah. In which other Shakespeare plays do you like to adapt?
Well, The Tempest is my favorite.
Another?
Which others plays?
Do you like?
Well, we loved Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo?
Yeah, we did Romeo and Juliet, and I think we love Macbeth, the Scottish play.
Yeah.
I will kill somebody to see Macbeth.
Macbeth.
Yeah.
Have Toxie play Macbeth.
Oh, it would be great.
Yeah. That would be great.
And maybe a little.
Well, I hope that you will like Shakespeare's Shitstorm. My wife Pat believes that the commissioner believes it's going to be our best movie. Correct?
Very good.
Really?
It's,
That sounds very.
It's very good.
Very good.
I believe.
That's right.
It's the most personal film that I
you
have.
ever involved?
Yes, sir.
Who likes most The Tempest? Do you?
It's his favorite play.
It's his favorite play.
Yeah, The Tempest. I saw it when I was about 9 years old with my mother, with mi madre, and I never forgot it. And it's a perfect trauma movie. But I wanted to wait until I was old because Prospero is old and he is losing his power and he's bitter, and so I wanted to wait until I was the same, so I could be Prospero. And in the movie, I play Prospero. Yes, I also play Prospero's twin sister.
Oh, that's right.
Antoinette.
Antoinette. If you look at my pass, my FERATUM pass, it's got my photograph as Toronto's twin sister.
Prospero's twin.
Oh, sorry, as
It's the thing.
Ferrato's twin sister, Prospero's. Sorry, I told you I'm getting old and losing my powers. Good questions.
Would you be interested in doing a trauma production in Latin America?
Doing a movie here? Of
Yeah.
course, we would love to do it. We have a first draft of the 5th Toxic Avenger movie, and it would be wonderful. The problem is we need money. We don't have any money right now for Toxic Avenger Part 5. We used up our money for Shakespeare's Shitstorm, and we have to wait for some money to come in. You know, it's very hard to be an independent artist these days.
As an independent producer and director, don't you ever think and use Kickstart or some other crowdfunding?
We have used Kickstarter for Return to Nukem High and Return to Nukem High. We ran out of money for the second volume, Return to Nukem High, a.k.a. Volume 2, and our fans helped us out during the editing period when we needed money, and then later...
Just for the editing, not for the entire
part of the editing, only for a small part. But we feel bad about asking the fans for money because our fans are young and they don't have a lot of money. So I don't think I will ever use Kickstarter again. Although you should never say never. I understand.
Say never. What is trauma? Where the name came to be?
The name Trauma, Michael Hers, my wife and I, we are Latin. We took Latin. I went to Yale University. Michael Hers, my partner, went there. And, of course, my wife did not go to Yale because it was only boys in those days. And we studied Latin. And trauma means excellence on celluloid, excellence on 35 millimeter celluloid in the ancient Latin, Virgilia. You know, Virgilia,
Yeah.
Virgil. So that's where it comes from.
But that is a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's a joke,
That-
yeah.
Yes, that is just a joke. Obviously, there is no celluloid in ancient Latin, right?
No, it's just a stupid joke. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I apologize. It means nothing. Trauma means absolutely nothing. Just Michael Hurst, when he created the company, he didn't think we would last for more than 2 weeks. We had to incorporate because we made a movie called Squeeze Play. It was a kind of like Porky's, but it was before Porky's, kind of raunchy comedy. And we wanted to distribute ourselves. We wanted to learn distribution, so we started a corporation. But we didn't have the register. We didn't have an official name. And New York State is a very old state. Every name is taken. If you wanted to make a FERATUM Incorporated in New York State, somebody already probably has that name. So Michael Hurst tried to think of the most horrible name he could think of so that we could get incorporated very quickly, and hoping that nobody would have the name Trauma. And indeed, nobody had the name Trauma. Nobody wanted the name, and we got incorporated immediately. And actually, not what. Yeah, go on.
But you also didn't expect for it to last. It was just for that one project.
Yeah, we thought we would be dead in like 1 month, But
The company would be dead.
but
So
Squeeze
many
Play
years
was a big hit.
That's right.
And we bought the Trauma building thanks to Squeeze Play. We bought a building in New York. It was that successful.
Okay. Which is the best film, not made by Trauma, that follows the Trauma style that you had ever seen?
Wow,
Not trauma, but follows the trauma style.
that's a really good question.
Well, you like The Taint.
Well, I think Cannibal the Musical really, because I love musicals and it's got the Trauma spirit, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone are really big fans. I think young directors today, the Deadpool guys, they love Trauma, and I love Deadpool, and of course Guardians of the Galaxy, made by James Gunn, who wrote Romeo and Juliet for Trauma and worked for us for a couple of years. I love his films, all of his films too. In fact, his movie Super and Slither, James Gunn, they are very much, and he talks about the kind of Trauma influence. I like a lot. There's a Mexican director who made kind of crazy skits that I saw 50 years ago, named Roberto Bolaños. Robert Garcia Bolaños. You know him? Roberto Garcia. Chespiritu. Chespiritu?
Chespirito.
Yeah, Chespirito.
Bolaños, Chespirito.
Yeah, it's very funny, and I think that was influence on Troma because I remember it. He was kind of like Saturday Night Fever. Skits. He had crazy costumes
Saturday
and
Night Live.
Saturday Night Live. Sorry, Saturday Night Live. I worked on Saturday Night Fever, and as I said, I'm getting old. Yeah, Saturday Night Live. And I think
Bolaños.
I think he was a big influence on us, Mexican.
He have a movie that called Charrito. It means like little
Yeah,
cowboy.
yeah.
That is all the style of Roma.
It's but it's children movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw it.
Is that the one you're talking
No,
about?
no, I'm talking about the TVs, the
TV
television
shows.
Yeah, it were skit shows. They like Saturday Night Live.
Like little sketch about.
Crazy, yeah, they were
He
crazy.
had more than 40 years and make the play of a boy of 11, 12 years.
Yeah. But they were wacky, cartoons. But humans were in them, kind of cartoon. Anyway, I think it was a Troma, influence on Troma.
Influence on trauma.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, it's hard to be the wife of Lloyd Kaufman.
No, it's great fun to be the wife of Lloyd Kaufman. He makes me laugh. He's crazy, and sometimes he listens to me. So it's good to be the wife of Lloyd Kaufman.
Always listen.
No, but sometimes, and you're a very devoted husband.
You can see my beautiful wife in Return to Newcomb High, a.k.a. Volume 2, and she was one of the producers of that film. But for 20 years, she was the New York State Film Commissioner, and she was appointed by both Democratic and Republican governors. And that's very unusual for the Democrats and the Republicans to agree on anything. And Patricia Kaufman did such a good job that they kept reappointing her. 4 different governors appointed her. That's unheard of in politics or film business. Very impressive.
But because of that, I never worked on his films because I had my own career and my own job. But now I have retired.
And you have the time?
And I am able to, and no conflict of interest. So now I've retired, no conflict of interest, so I was able to produce this film.
And a very good producer, too. We had 3 producers, 2 young boys who were my assistants, and they were great. And my wife, who has had many years of experience and guided the big picture, and she was terrific. She made many big decisions that were very valuable and prevented many mistakes. And we filmed in Albania for part of the movie.
Okay.
And there was a major point that you made. You saved us a big mistake in Albania. Yeah.
And just for the last question.
Sure.
You say that you'd make a 5th movie of the Toxic Avengers in times of the political correctness. Many things, it's time that the Toxic came to town and clean all the politic that is actual.
Well, the good news for you is that Shakespeare's shitstorm, one of the primary themes of Shakespeare's shitstorm is anti-political correctness, the social justice
The whole
warriors.
movie is about that.
Well, it's also about the opioid crisis and things like that. But the big mood thing is it's very politically incorrect and very, very in your face. Against the social justice warriors and kind of both sides, both the right wing and the left wing, refusal to debate, refusal to converse. The fact that they both sides do not want to speak with any nuance. Right? You know what I mean? They don't want to listen. They all are full of hate. It's all about hating. People are making their careers on the internet. Stupid, low-class people think they're going to make careers by hating on Twitter.
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I think you'll like it.
I guess. Thank you very much. It was an honor.
Thank you.
By the way, is that Big-Ass Spider?
No, that's in Secula by Michael Richardson, but it's a different Michael Richardson. It's not our buddy.
So it's not Big.
No, it's in.
So
But
that's
it looks
not
like.
you up in the big
No.
hill.
But I am in Big Ass Spider. You're right,
Yeah,
and that's a very good
I really
movie too.
thought that was
That's a good movie for
Yeah.
FERATUM. A friend of ours directed Big Ass Spider, and it's terrific. It's very
Thank
good.
you very much.
Well, thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
It was fun.